we're going to break things down for you factually. So you take a look and come to your own decision. Let's look at the latest statement issued by Madhvi and Dhaval Butch and what 361 WAM has said. Put that in conjunction with what Hindenburg's allegations are. And their allegations are essentially, you invested in a fund which we claim was used to cover up some funding by the Adani Group. So two entities, one fund.
Yeah.
How does this get punctured?
Right. So as these statements, we go through what the statements at 361 as well as Madhvi Puri Butch and Dhaval Butch have released, and the point about this investments and funds and them being used here and there, right? Now the allegation is that Madhvi Puri Butch and her husband invested in a fund, which then invested in some other fund where Vinod Adani was allegedly participating, and this is the connection between the two sets of people, right? So the first response to that Madhvi Puri Butch as well as 361 have claimed is that they have never, in the history of this fund was active between 2013 and 2019. In that period, they've never invested in any Adani Group-related equity, any bonds, any derivative instruments linked to the Adani Group. That's one thing that they're making very, very clear. First and foremost, they point out, Madhvi Puri Butch as well as Dhaval Butch point out that they invested in this IPE Plus fund simply because Anil Ahuja was managing that fund, and Anil Ahuja is a close friend of Dhaval Butch, and that's why they went ahead and invested in their money into this. Much before, at least a month before Madhvi Puri Butch is appointed as whole-time member at SEBI, she transfers all the ownership of this entire investment to her husband's name, because that is what typically executives do. Whenever they are appointed at an important government position, they will not hold any direct interest in any kind of major financial investment, simply because these kind of questions can be raised in the future. The other point is that in 2018, when Anil Ahuja left IP Plus, when he left 361, at that point in time, they diluted their holdings. They took their money out of this fund because the money was kept there simply because of a childhood friendship. And since that friend was no longer an employee of the fund, there was no reason to continue with the investment. The other important point here is that this 361 statement clearly clarifies that at its peak, this IPE Plus fund had an AUM of about $48 million, of which 90% was invested in bonds. So there was no question of any equity investment that is happening through this fund in the period that this fund was alive. You know, a lot of the allegations were also pointed at Dhaval Butch's employment by Blackstone, and that Blackstone had in some weird fashion had gained because of Madhvi Puri Butch being SEBI chairperson. Now, his appointment happened before she became a SEBI chairperson. So it's not like Blackstone knew beforehand that this person's wife is going to be SEBI chairperson, so let's appoint him in our company. The other part is that she has maintained clear distance from any kind of REIT investigation, REIT-related regulation and investigation. These clarifications have already been provided to all relevant authorities. These are all part of the statement that these two individuals have put out now.